Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to Ain Zoo. And my name is Ferdinand, and I am one of the animal care supervisors here in Ain Zoo. I am mainly taking care of the birds collection. And today we're going to talk about bird identification. How are we identifying each birds in Ain Zoo, the names, and how do we identify each of them? So why do we need to identify our birds? Just like you, I think some of you in your home, you have pets. You have cats, you have dogs, or a turtle, or a tortoise, or birds. So in the same way, some of our birds, we identify them. Stop. We identify them, we give them names. Just like it's very common at home or in the zoo to give names to your birds. Okay, it's like this one is Henry. Henry is umbrella cockatoo, and he is one of our ambassador birds. In our Zoo, the birds, we give them identifications such as names and rings and tags, because we use this to monitor the birds, like to identify them from one another. So, because sometimes we need to monitor the health, and if they get sick, or how many eggs did they lay. So we need to identify who is doing that, who is not, because if we have lots of birds, they look all the same. Like for the penguins, they all look the same, and there's no way that you can point who is who. So we use other techniques to identify them. So like we use wing tags. I will show you that later. And we use this one, for example, in the penguins, we use to monitor, because every year they lay eggs. So we monitor who is laying eggs and who is not, who is the father, who is the mother of this chick. So we use that one. Another thing is when the animal is sick. For example, in a group of animals that look the same, so one of them got sick. So we need to catch this one and we bring it to the vets, and they will treat it. And then afterward, we join it back together with the others, and by identification, we knew who is the sick one before that got better. So in the future, for example, next year, someone asked me who got sick from this group. So we were able to tell who is the sick one from this group. So for monitoring individual animals. And by the way, here in Ain Zoo, every animal has identification. When they are born, we give them rings or microchips or something to identify them. And sometimes, I just want to add that sometimes you can also identify animals on their markings. Sometimes they have broken beak or some spots. So some of the animals are not the same. So you identify them by that. So for identification of birds, we use rings. This is leg band or leg rings, or they call it just rings for the birds. So rings are usually put on the legs of around the leg. That's why they call it leg band. Okay. For example, these are the rings. All the rings, the leg bands are put on the leg. We use colored rings because so that you can identify them from far. Oh, that is the yellow ring and that is the blue ring. So you identify them by the colors. For the penguins, we use wing tags. So it's just a cable tie and you put some rings inside and we just tie it around on one of the flippers of the penguins. So for Henry we use rings. If you can see, he has rings there. And last one, we use microchips. Okay, I think it's a common practice now to put microchips in your animals, because this is a universal identification. So usually this it's like a needle, a syringe with a chip inside. It's a small piece inside, and you just have to inject it in the muscle of the bird, and it will last forever. It will not be lost. Okay. For example, these rings, sometimes they get lost. Sometimes the parrots, for example, they chew on it, so it will wear off. Then you have to put another one again. But with the microchip, it is forever. As long as the animal lives, the microchip is there. So to know which animal is it, you need to have a microchip reader. So you just put out around the body of the animal, and then it shows the number.